Hey guys, I'm about to give you a homeschool room tour for the 2022-2023 school year. Stick around. Okay guys, we are coming into our homeschool room, and as soon as we come in, on the left I have our United States map, and then I also have our world map as well. We use this for all things geography. Our map has been through some things, but it serves us perfectly here. I just have an extra bench here that's supposed to go to our table, but we don't need it. So I sit it there and it holds stuff. When you come in, I go over to the left in our homeschool room. This is our art closet here. This has been something that I have worked on for about 4 or 5 years. And I find that I'm needing to change it up every so often just to suit our needs. What I did here was take just those shoe racks, and you can get them for like $10 at Walmart. It holds 24, a single one. This is actually doubled. I took it and folded it over because I didn't need all of that, and there wasn't a space for it either. I have yarn, all of our art supplies, everything that we need, pipe cleaner, beads and googly eyes and ribbon and puff balls. All here. We have glue sticks for our glue gun, and these are glitter glue sticks that the girls use, regular glue that they'll use, scissors, erasers, all the school supplies. These are ink pads. It just stores all of those little things that you don't quite know what to do with. This has been perfect. I put down low the school supplies so the girls can get to them. So Mallory's pencils are here. These are scented markers that the girls use. Empty spot, we have tons of glue sticks, and we go through a lot. Little wooden sticks for crafting. We also have regular pencils here for the big girls, and then all of their colored pencils. And I do have another space for colored pencils, but these are the ones that we don't use super often just yet, and we have some that are in use right now. Additional pencils, all the markers. We have safety goggles down here at the bottom, tape in these last two, and that is it. I actually have more space for additional items if needed, but I love this. It makes it very visually appealing. It's also just really easy to find what it is that we need when we're there. Here at the top, this is where I house all of our crafts, different things. So like here we have a stitching thing that we've never used before, Style and Stitch, and we have bin clay here, we have air clay refills, marble sand art, rock art. This is beading, where they like melt the beads together and you make some different shape. We have screen printing up here, more marble art, 2 crochet kits, a lab, and this one is like pendulum painter is what it is. One of the girls got this for their birthday. This is a mega science lab. We have about 2 things left in this science lab to do. A light bright operation game because it will not fit with my other games, and I'll show you those in a minute. There's up here in these bags, there's like a nail kit and then also a jewelry kit. These bags, which you're gonna see often in our homeschool room, are amazing. They save space, but they're very sturdy. They're waterproof bags, and I put a lot of things in here, like games and things like that for storing, and they help save space. Very sturdy. What else do we have? Some other science things that we're gonna be using for the upcoming school year are here. Our magnets here. This is also another jewelry kit. That is all there. When we get down to the second shelf, this is Christmas decorations for like ornaments, like making your own ornaments and painting little ceramic Christmas things. That's what this is. A bunch of crafts for Christmas. This is a kit, or a couple of kits that we got from the library that we haven't used yet, but I store those up. We used all of these shells and everything for our ocean unit study last year, and sometimes we will get into these and just kind of play around with them. These are some solar cars that I was given for us to use. Mallory uses this with kinetic sand. It's actually for Play-Doh, but we don't have any more Play-Doh, and I need to buy some more because it's all dried up. The top one is extra paper, things that we cut that we don't necessarily want to throw away because they may be able to be used at some point in time. This is where I keep the colorful cardstock, and down in the bottom is stickers. Lots of stickers, letters that are stickers, all the things stickers. I did just buy a label maker, and I'm going to label each of these so the girls know what's in there. Over here is where I keep extra things like construction paper. We have wax paper for different projects. We have that contact transparent like sticky paper. These are other little projects that we will be doing. This is a book on slime that Magdalene just got. Some more of those little bags, and this houses our calendar months when we change our calendar over. I'll show you that in a minute. Then we have construction paper, foam paper that we use for different crafts. There are also some letters that would not fit into the drawer. Felt here. And then what are these called? Canvases. We have canvases here, and this is just cork board that we use for some of Mallory's schooling supplies. And I have to say, I'm also super proud of this because the shelves that you see here, these 2 shelves, I did that all on my own. I had it cut and painted and put everything in there. And I'm proud of that. I love this closet. Okay, next shelf. These are boxes for kits that we did, Young, Wild, and Friedman. They have different sensory kits and things like that that have Play-Doh in them. So we've ordered a couple of those over the years. We need to order some more Play-Doh. That's the Play-Doh that the girls used up. It is good, clean products. I really like that. This is also another science project that we are going to tackle this upcoming school year. A friend of mine gave this to me. He's deep into STEM. We were given that and we need to do it. This is a bin of kits as well. There's jewelry kits, tie-dye kits. This is also where Brenna's gonna do some of her wood shop things. Just some little things that we grabbed like at the dollar store, places like that. There are also fall crafts in here. Pumpkin, Thanksgiving, that was to give thanks. Then we have some little bug collecting kits there as well. This is where I keep kits. We have another rock painting kit that's not complete just yet. This one here is also another set of kits. We have, it's clay. I can't ever remember that. Some kinetic sand, and we have more kinetic sand, but more kits here. We pick up a lot of these from the RO library. I've also had some people give them to us, but these are the little kits. These bins are perfect. They do have dividers. I'll show you this one. I don't always need them or use them, but I just sit them on the side, but I did divide this one up to be able to get everything in there for that one. Over here is where we keep just extra supplies. These are recycled bowls that we may use for something. I keep my tubes that I get from my essential oils because we're always needing these, and they're very sturdy. Like really, really sturdy. Not like your regular toilet paper rolls. These are super sturdy because they come, the oils are glass, and so you don't want them to break. And hidden back here in the back, I have sand, and I do that on purpose because Mallory's only able to play with the sand when mommy is here to do that, because we've had some major messes with sand. That is those shelves. Here is our art cart. Love it. I'm gonna give you guys a tour of our art cart. Here is our art cart. Isn't she beautiful? I really, really love this cart. I just organized it with all of the new art supplies from the haul video, and I will share that link down in the description. And if you want to see more about what we're going to be doing for art and how the school year is going to be going, make sure that you subscribe so that you can get all the details. But this is exciting. We have paintbrushes here, and these are the paintbrushes that the girls are not to use without mommy because they're specifically for our curriculum and watercolor. These are our everyday paintbrushes. We have paint sponges here, some little easels. They had some small, what are those? I keep forgetting what they are. Canvases. They had some small canvases that they worked on a while back, and I just kept those. These are little things of paint that we get in different kits, and I always just store them here. These are our first use paint items. So once these are gone, then the girls can move on to other paint items. I just like to get these used. I hate to throw them away because it's decent paint. Here I have just a little plastic thing. I got this container at the dollar store, and it has these pastel crayons in them. Something that a kit that we picked up from the library is where these came from. This is just an empty container that I'm sure we'll need for something. We have glue all. The girls are not to use this for everyday glue. This is specifically for art, and they do know that. We have all of our oil pastels, our watercolor crayons here. Also have this little watercolor paint here that we will use, stencils, and then our paint trays. I also have the girls' erasers that we'll be using for the watercolor, and then some cotton balls saved back there. So that is the top shelf of our art cart. And I got this cart off Amazon, and I will link it down below in case you are interested in grabbing it, but it has served us well for a couple of years now. Here are some larger easels, and I just hang these off on the side. Here on this shelf, we have these little paint cups. I got these at Target in the Target dollar section. They came 2 for $1. We are currently missing one. Not really sure where it is, but I'm sure it's around here. These are just sponges for stamping. We have Mod Podge, felt glue, fabric glue, super glue. So that's all different types of glue. Here we have the devil. No, this is, can't even think of the name of it now. I'm drawing a blank. What is this stuff, guys? Glitter. There we go. I drew a blank. We have glitter. I am not a huge fan of glitter. I do keep some around, but the girls also know how passionate I am about not getting glitter everywhere. We don't use it that often, but it's there in case we need it. Then here is all of our watercolor paper that we're storing here. And then just some regular art paper. That is our second row. And then down here on the bottom, sorry about my children. Down here on the bottom, we have all different types of paint. Acrylic paint, we have dot markers. This is just all of the paint. Tempera paint that I got from Target last year. So all of the paint, that is our art cart. I really love this space. It's just organized so nice and neat, and it does not stay this way all the time. I actually just reorganized everything to get us started for the school year and putting supplies up, but I love this space. It's awesome. Okay, moving on, we have our whiteboard that desperately needs to be cleaned, but we use this for all things school. I do need to get a taller one because my 2 oldest daughters are really tall, so they're having to like bend down to get to the whiteboard. We store backpacks underneath here. We are always on the go, so backpacks are an absolute must for us. And then we also have paper, and this is like craft paper, drawing paper. We use it to cover our table when we're doing painting. This is paper, like really thick cardboard type paper that we just got at Costco, and we're going to use it for something, some form of a craft, but I rolled it up and left it in the corner. Over here, this is the trap door where I put the kids. I'm kidding. This is to our attic, guys. Over here, I have storage bins. The bottom 2 bins are the girls' previous year's work that I am currently working on getting organized the way I want. I don't necessarily like this, but it works for right now. This top one has worksheets that we may use for different holidays. So Easter or Martin Luther King Day, Thanksgiving, different kits and things that I've come across over the years that we will pull out for specific occasions. Okay, when it comes to organizing, I figured out that I am in the category of called a ladybug. If you don't know what that is, there are 4 different categories of people who like to organize things. I am a ladybug. I do not like everything out to be seen. So this pocket right here kind of bothers me, but I've kind of just learned to live with it simply because items over here are too large to fit into the bins. But this is how I like to keep things organized. It is put away. I don't have to look at it all the time. I'm going to start up here, and this is my baby girl's bins, which some of these things in here she has outgrown. So this is my mission to get them organized, and they are all numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are just turned the wrong direction. She probably put these up herself. Those are activity bins for her. They were super helpful in last year, and I just set them up to where there's numbers and letters and coloring and different fun activities and a book in there, and she just loved it. And she would grab one, and I would write down which bin she was in for that day, so I knew what she did, and she knows how to put them away. They have worked amazing. I will link that video down below if you're interested in checking it out and seeing what's in those. This is all Mallory's things. It is supplemental material specifically for her. There's also different mats. There's a world mat. And some of these are for my older girls for like language arts types of things, sentencing, graphing, sentence structure, things like that. And here is supplies. And I keep extra things here. We have some manipulatives in here only because they would not fit in the other one. But then just additional school supplies like rubber bands. I keep them in small bins like this. We also have some magnets down at the bottom of there. Lots of just supplies. Also the pointer, Mallory loves her pointer from when we're doing things on the board. I did get these bins off Amazon, and I will link those in case you are interested. The shelves came from Target. Love them. But this bin is full of Mallory's curriculum that she completed last year. The letter of the week, some of those things within that letter of the week curriculum, they were reusable. And so I don't want to throw them away. So I have them sorted by each letter in yellow envelopes here. And I am going to figure out how to keep a few of the things from the letter of the week curriculum, get rid of the rest of it, and things that can be reused. I will house those and keep them in case I need them later on. This is extra large Jenga. Right here I have this one labeled phonics, writing, and then magnetic letter tiles, which they're not in there anymore because they got moved, and also have some books here. But these are her phonics books that go with this booklet. There's Leapfrog tablet thing. There are also these in here, which we will be pulling out really heavy this year. These phonics flashcards, they come with a pen, and she can do phonics and letters and all of that in there. So everything phonics related, writing, that's there. Building and logic down here. This is just math. I say math, it's different shapes, like 3D shapes for her to build things, and it has cards. But here are the bags that I was talking about. We have a lot of things stored in these types of bags, and it helps to get rid of the boxes. So I just simply put the items in the bag. I also store the instructions in there, and it just helps with space. Over here, we have things that are related to letters and spelling, all in this bin. So there are different puzzles here. You'll see letters there. She'll be spelling different words, putting that together. Think of what else is in here, guys. Mallory has been in here doing some things. These are spinning letter wheels. We will definitely be using these for helping with reading. All of these came from like Amazon or Target, really great. And then down here we have sequence and logic and shapes. So pattern blocks here. So these, I always forget what they're called, but the different shapes that she can do. It's all related to sequence and logic and shapes type of material. When I get up here to these bins, these are her active learning bins. So right now it is set up for her kindergarten curriculum. So her math is in here, handwriting, foundations, everything that she'll be using for the upcoming school year, flashcards, and this helps her. She knows where her active bin is and to grab her things out of it. Usually she'll just take the bin down, sit it down on the floor, get what she needs out of it, put it over on the table, and then she'll put the bin back. It works out perfectly. This is also another active bin. So this is the K-4-5 curriculum that she will be working through, just kind of like as a supplement. It is all in binders here. This is something that I will get out and get it organized for her when we are using it. Down here is where I keep all of the curriculum manipulatives for Mallory. So pretty much this entire section is Mallory's. All of her manipulatives. So we have like color blocks. These are for shapes and colors, fine motor skills. So anything that's related to curriculum, like she's going to be needing a scale for her upcoming curriculum. So I have this here. Anything that is manipulatives related to curriculum is here. Then on the bottom, it's everything that is numbers and math. So lots of puzzles, Maddox Lab. We have magnetic numbers to go over on the whiteboard, other puzzles, lots of math stuff. This has been super helpful in keeping things organized this way. On top, I have books up here. I am working on a better system for storing our books, but for now, this is how it's done. If they are specifically like board books, super small books, books that I know my older girls won't read, it all goes up here. Readers, which is all of this here, different readers. And I'm going to be sharing about the readers that we're using and how we're using them in an upcoming video. So make sure you subscribe because I have some awesome readers here that have been super helpful for my older girls. And now I'm passing them down to Mallory. Here we have chapter books for my big girls. Human Body Model, got him off of Amazon, best thing ever. Sing a Song of Seasons poetry book. We have our essential oils and diffuser and radio in case we're listening to anything, CDs, things like that. More chapter books here. On the bottom, I have history. There's Black history, Native American history. All of our history books are down here. When we go here, it goes into human body items. So everything related to human body is there. Down on the bottom here, we have a coding book, which is out of place, but it's there. So then we have ocean things here, space material, animal material, and geography resources. That is how the bottom is organized. Here we have science mixed in here, just random like picture books for all the girls. And over here we have Christmas books and some fall books are there. Up here we have all types of like inspiring books for the girls. So if you'll see, it says I like myself, I promise, I am enough, I believe I can. Those types of books themed in this area. I need more space, but it's okay. I'm going to put more books up here as well, just like I have them over there, and that will be super helpful. On this side, this is all of my big girls' work. Each of them has their own bin. I did try to do these, but they came and just like rubbed all the chalk off. They know that it's their bin, so it's not a matter of them figuring out whose bin is whose. It's just for visual purposes for me. But they have their work in here, and they're still working on summer things. So that's all that's in their bins. Once we transition to our new curriculum for the upcoming school year and start the school year, this is where they will keep all of their current material. Same thing, this is Brenna. She's still working on things during the summer, so that's what's in her bin. That helps to keep all of their things in one spot. They know where it is. Over here, we have projects. These are projects maybe that we picked up from our local library. Maybe I found some at a store or something, and I know what's in here. There are lots of science kits, and so when it's time for us to do science projects or any type of project, these are all, I would say, school related type of projects. So when it's time to do any, I come over here and see if we have something that matches what we have going on. It's an easy flip through because it's pretty well, that's falling out, but it's pretty well organized. I just flip through and see if we have something that we can use, and if not, I close it back up. Over here we have science kits. So these are specific to different things, like we have a human body kit in there, space kit, different science projects. This has been a good spot to house those items. Here we are with those bags again, guys, because these things came in boxes and there's no way I'd be able to fit them all in here. So we simply take out all the contents, instructions and everything, and put them in these bags, and then they go into the bins. Here, this is Manipulatives and Lego. So these are Manipulatives for the older girls. So we have the fraction set that I just bought. This is Legos here. Unifix cubes, lots of, I don't know, Manipulatives. Like these are foam fraction set, foam counters for different shapes and stuff that they can use with different colors. This will be used for Horizons Math Level 4 for Maggie. So I have all of that in there. There are more of those. Here they are. Down at the bottom, we have science models. So this is, we have our little eye models here that my husband got the girls. We have 2 microscopes, one for Mallory. Circuits Junior. That is pretty much it. These are the pieces to the microscopes. Moving on, educational games. So anything that is educational, math, language art, whatever. It's all educational games are here, and we are starting to spill over out of this area, but that's okay. It's a good problem to have. Up top, we have just things that won't fit in a bin, stuff that they use all the time. We have puzzles in this bin here. Here we have board games. So I've taken out board games. I have not done Think Fun game just yet, but I take the board games out of the boxes and I put them in these bags if I can. It just saves space. I have not purchased new bags, and I need to, because like this Floor is Lava game could go into a bag and take up a lot less space here. So that's what's in there. Then down here, we have more board games and music kits. Board games there, then more board games, and then also card games in this drawer. These are games that will not fit, and puzzles that will not fit into the bin. So I have one section here and then I have another one over there. That's kind of how I balanced out. And you can see that I tried to balance out the colors as well. So 2 gray there, 2 gray there, the rest of them blue. Yes, I have a bit of a problem, but that's okay. It's organized and I like it. Over here, this is our, I call it our Mallory wall. This is where she gets all of her counting boards, numbers, letters, days of the week. This is where we do our calendar. So she will go through and we will talk about what month it is, what day of the week it is. She will put the number up there. We will count all of those things. So this is where she uses her pointer. She likes to take control of that. I am all on board for it. I love to see her working through that. That is where we do all of that. This is our table that is in the middle of the room. Everybody has a spot. Usually my 2 big girls sit here and Mallory and I will sit on the other side. This is the meeting spot when we're doing things. Only thing that is housed on this table on a regular basis is this spinner, which love it. Of course the girls do too, they spin it all the time. But it has markers and crayons and color pencils. These are the additional color pencils I was talking about. Dry erase markers are here. Regular markers for like coloring and things like that are in the art closet. We also have pencils. Mallory has her own little pencil spot. And then we have scissors. Our homeschool room does double as an office because my husband and I have to do work and I need a space to sit and do what I need to do. But here is our whiteboard where we have the calendar. This is our calendar for the year, so we know what days off and everything. We also write things to do list or projects that we need to work on, things that we need to do that maybe we didn't get done. Just any type of notes over there. The girls usually update this calendar and then Mallory and I update the other one. We have our printer and printer station. I have the binding machine there. I have a laminating machine. Those 2 boxes are also binding, and under there is, I don't really know. I can't remember. Probably some supplies. Oh, that's paper. Paper and ink supplies for our printer. That's what's there. We have computer station here. In this drawer is where I keep different supplies that I need for me. I have a shredder under there, out of sight. I don't like to look at it. That's my ladybug organization style there. Computers there, office chair. We have markers, pens, pencils. We have hole punch, paper cutter, things like that in those drawers. And this is the desk. I put this desk together all by myself. It was like 5,000 parts, but I love it. It's the best. Over here's our other bookshelves. This bookshelf is my husband and I's things. His books, my books, seminary stuff, nursing books, all of that. That whole bookshelf belongs to us. This bookshelf belongs to the girls. Up here, we have all of their art supplies, art books, coloring books, things like that. These are flashcards of all kinds. And I just put them in that bin. If I need flashcards, we pull them down. We have Osmo stuff here. And I try to, because of the way these bookshelves are made, I try to put things in the corners that we don't need. These are the Girls Exploring Countries and Cultures papers from last year that they don't need or didn't use. I'm storing those there because I don't want to get rid of them, because we will probably go back to that. Here I have all of our Bible resources, our mental health Bible curriculum. We have dictionaries, a giant encyclopedia. This is pretty much like a busy book for children. And then we go into supplemental work here. Supplemental work here is like government, politics, math. This is Exploring Countries and Cultures, so all types of geography information. Other supplemental work here, we have the woodshop book, coding games, Spanish. This is all language arts, like critical thinking workbooks for the girls, and then a comprehensive workbook for 5th grade. And this bin, which I love these bins, but I keep things that are super small that'll get lost on the bookshelf if I slide them in the regular way. So just little things I may have picked up from Target that we use. This is the school box that we travel with. If we're leaving out of the house and we need pencils and pens and markers, it's already packed. Nobody bothers it until it's time to leave the house. So we don't have to worry about things being missing out of it. These are flashcards that I'm currently using with Mallory, so I keep those here. These are flashcards that Maggie will be using for her Winston Grammar curriculum there. And then we have some Brain Quest cards here. These are all of my teacher's manuals. So anything that's related to me teaching the girls, it's all right there in one spot. It works out perfectly. Down here is the girls' curriculum that we have not started just yet. This is for the upcoming school year. So I have things over here for Mallory. She'll be doing foundations. She'll be doing Saxon math. That is all there. We also have the girls' journals that they'll be doing. So they'll have reading journals and vocabulary journals, all of those. And these things will go in their bin. So each one of them will have that. And then here is curriculum. This is everything. So once we are ready to start the school year, this shelf will pretty much be empty because it will go to the girls' bin. And then what's in their bins, if it's things that we're done with, it will come over here until I get it all organized. Down here, we just have like empty 3-ring binders, and this is all curriculum that we have not used yet. So I'll say that, well, we've used these. They need to go to the storage bin over there. But things like here, this is 1st and 2nd grade material, 3rd grade material. So this will be like for Mallory, we have our gather around stuff. That's what this is. Over here, another bookshelf, and this is like our working bookshelf is what I call it. We have our basket. The girls are currently just spending some time working through some of these things just as we end the summer, something to keep their minds going. That's not a whole bunch of work. A couple of projects in here they're going to work on. These are things that I am working on. So I am gathering up for their Travel the States curriculum. So I have things in this basket. Normally this would be books that the girls have completed. So once they're done reading a book, they will put it in this bin so that I know what they read. Also, because we didn't have room, we have all of our who was, what was types of books here. And these are library books. I always keep library books on this shelf because I don't want them to get mixed in with all of our other books. So we know that all of the who was books are ours. And of course, library books have the white tab, but I just like to keep them here. The girls are currently reading the Imagination Station series and loving it. So we have all of these checked out. Now they go through these super fast, so we'll be done with these in a little while. These are more library books down here as well. But I also put seasonal books over here on this shelf that do belong to us. So right now, these are all of our summer books. So plants and gardening, anything related to that is over here. And once we are out of this season and we move into fall, I will move all of our fall books over here to that space. If you want to know more about the life of Tillmans, be sure to subscribe and check out some additional videos.